Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey, banditos. For breakfast, I have a max damage to armor build for you that is very versatile. Let's go.
Accept it, division. This is a war you can't win.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
Good morning, banditos. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday, or just getting started with that Saturday, that is, at least in my part of the world. But this morning, what I'm bringing is a max damage to armor build. Tons of fun, tons of fun. So we're gonna get right into it in just a moment. But before I do, let's just make sure we're all getting settled in. And first, if you like what I do, make sure you smash that like button. Do that right now. Let's get ahead of the game there. If you haven't subscribed, do that. I'd really appreciate it. Also, I did a reaction vid to the new game mode called Countdown. Yeah, pretty exciting for that to come out. Now, it's in early stages PTS, so we have many, many weeks before it does come out. Probably late May, early June. Anyways, the link to that video, it's a very short video. It's only 5 minutes long, but it shows you everything you need to know about the new game mode. So check that out. The link to it is in the description area below. Also, the latest build video I put out was the Merciless build. You have to check that one out. Dust off your Merciless, give it a try. It'll surprise you on how good it makes that gun feel. Also, members of Tux's Players Club, I am working on your new classified build, but before I do, I need to make sure you get the mileage out of the last one I published, called Savage. So if you haven't got a chance to run that build, now's the time to do it. And I put the link to that one in the description area below for you. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we're talking about classified builds, which are secret builds made just for Tux's Players Club. And these truly are extra builds I make for you guys as a thank you for supporting me and the Division 2 community in all the ways that you guys do. So these, I really appreciate you guys. So if you want to join Tux's Players Club and get access to these secret builds at the same time, supporting me and the community, click that join link that is pinned in the chat section. Also drop it in the feed as well as the description area below this video if you're watching this on the replay. So all right, so today, let's see who's joined us. Biko first in the house. I believe this was Biko's, so Biko's part of Tux's Players Club. You know who's in Tux's Players Club because they got those fancy little skulls next to their name. But Biko, I think, made this request a week or two ago, asking for some a max damage to armor build. So I had it on the list, and I thought this morning was a good day to pull it out. And it's actually sort of kind of related to the SVD build. So Memphis is saying Memphis just tried that SVD build. Tons of fun. That was a live stream we did yesterday. So if you haven't seen that build, you're gonna need that SVD build. It's probably the best SVD build in the game, but you're gonna need it all through 2022, including for that new content that's coming out, because there is a new exotic SVD coming out. Excuse me, choking on myself. So from what I can see, from that new exotic and from the new gear coming out, I think this build will stay relevant and still stay the best build for that SVD going forward. So anyways, check out that build, tons of fun. Link below, link in the description below. So what up, Anthony? What's going on, brother? George, Noble, Memphis. Base Connor's in the house. All right, good to see you, Base. What up? And Colby Williamson, right on. Dan Paxton, what's good, brother? Right on. Okay, so welcome everybody. Get settled in, and again, don't forget to smash that like button. That really helps me get some traction out there, and that does help the community too, because they need this good game knowledge so that they can become brother banditos and help you out in your gameplay, right? So with the right builds and the right setups and good game knowledge. So this is, like I mentioned, it's sort of related to the SVD build because, oh, actually, before I get onto that, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my my group here. So if anybody's on the Xbox and wants to jump in, then feel free to do so. I got it on friends and clan only. So if you're not a friend yet, then add me as a friend and then send me a quick note, and then I will snag you and invite you into my group, and so we can run together today. So we're probably gonna go for a while here today because we're gonna also experiment with this build. It's a really versatile build. So anyways, my gamer tag is up there at the top. It's DeathCab 3412, the taxi you don't want to take. Anyways, so let's take a look at the build. Pretty versatile. So it's sort of related. The reason why I said it's related, because in order to get max damage to armor, okay, you need to run 3 pieces of Heraldry, and the SVD build we ran yesterday was running this perfect focus chest piece. I did make a change. I took off the weapon handling. It doesn't require much weapon handling on this one. You can run it, but it doesn't require it. So, OG Dancing Bear, jump on in, brother. If you're in down, we be rocking if you're around. And so let's look at the stat first. So this is max armor damage, as far as I know. I don't think we're missing any piece here. All right. And so, they're really versatile build, okay? So 30% armor damage is really high. And we got some pretty decent stats too. So we got 55% crit chance, 103% crit damage, 120% headshot damage, and then 30% armor damage. What? 120% headshot damage? What the? Is that a shotgun in your hand, Tux? You got 120% headshot damage on a shotgun, Tux? With 30% armor damage, Tux? Is that gonna shred, Tux? Why, yes it is. I'm so glad you asked. Well, it is gonna shred. It's gonna surprise you guys. So, okay, just so you know, I slapped this build together just a few minutes ago, all right? And then I went and ran it for like 30 seconds. I just like started a control point just to kind of get a feel for it, just to see how it's gonna roll. And it just cuts those guys in half, all right? So you're playing in close, but yeah, so it's using the shotgun. So why do we need shotguns? Shotguns bring the highest damage to armor to your build. You see that? So that second tier there on that core attribute is 12% damage to armor. So, insane! I need an insane button. Like, just hit that button that says, insane, insane, insane. So yeah, 12% damage to armor. So other weapons, you know, are gonna bring that. So like, sniper, I got the sniper rifle as a backup. It's only gonna bring 6% damage to armor. So that's half. So this tactical super, you can use any shotgun, but I'm using the Super 90. So this is kind of a hybrid between the SVD build and the surgical Super 90 build, all right? Because I'm running the 8x scope on the Super 90, and you guys are going, what the fuck is going on, Tux? Well, if you haven't seen that surgical Super 90 build, then this is probably gonna blow your mind, because an 8x scope on the Super 90 is an absolute beast. Super fun. Super fun. Now, what's different about this one, so I got crit chance, I got a little bit of reload speed on there, that'll help. We could actually take off this crit chance, now I think about it. Let me put on some more reload speed. And that'll drop my crit chance a little bit, but I don't care. Because this thing, it just cuts. We got killer there too. You don't have to use killer, but I'm cool with killer, I like killer. And so we got 50 and then 103. You see that? Now, every pellet has a chance to crit. Each pellet has a chance to crit. So that's why I'm okay with dropping my crit chance a little bit, because I got a lot of pellets that are hitting an enemy in the chest. So we're gonna get that crit. And so we got 120% headshot damage, 30% armor, right? So that's off the shotgun. Now, if we look at the SVD, we're at 55%, 103% crit damage, and 200% headshot damage, and a little less armor damage. Whoa, 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 whoa. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you guys, but it probably looks really confusing. But anyways, you want to run a shotgun, but you don't have to. If you're willing to drop your crit chance or your damage to armor down a little bit, it really opens up your world. But look, the pestilence. You can run the pestilence with this build. Okay, so don't get stuck on the fact that you got 3 pieces of Heraldry. Okay. So we got 3 pieces of Heraldry, so don't get stuck on that. We just have to, so you know, you're like, if you don't run a marksman rifle, but like, you're not missing out on anything, okay? So you got 10% marksman rifle, you get 50% headshot damage, and then you get that 5% damage to armor. So you need it, that's why we're running the 3 pieces there, right? But you're not missing out on anything. All right, so to get to that damage, I mean, marksman rifle damage, so you don't feel like you have to run a marksman rifle. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Look, if you decided to run this, so this is all the directions we're gonna take this. So we're gonna try to take this. Now, I gotta be honest with you, like our limitations are gonna be based on my limitations in my stash, okay? Because I don't have all the gear pieces to do all the builds that I could possibly make with this. But you could go completely hybrid. This is the only assault rifle that has 12% damage to armor. It's the only other weapon, I think, that has 12% damage to armor besides shotguns. You could run the Scorpio if you wanted to. So we're gonna try the Scorpio. We can also we're gonna try to run a hybrid if we can. I don't know if I'm gonna have the pieces, you know, like throw on some skill tiers on some, you know, whatever. And so I do have the Walker pieces. The Heraldry pieces are gonna be my limitations, just so you guys know. So we'll do what we can do. But my backpack isn't the best. Like, it's got weapon handling and headshot damage. I used to have some crit ones. I think I deleted them, but I couldn't find them. But we do have the contractor's gloves, of course. So I got a couple of those so we can tap into some skill versions there. I got some crappy Araldi knees. I literally just crafted these. So, you know, I just went and crafted these. So, because I just don't have any Araldi pieces. So I got lots of Walker though, which is good. I just got these. These are really shitty, but it's the only Araldi holster that I think I have. So, and I literally just luckily got that out of a stash. So, I mean, the cache. But anyway, so we're running 2 pieces of Walker, right? So the 2 pieces of Walker is giving us weapon damage and damage to armor. So we got crit damage, crit chance, and more crit chance. And then there's my second piece there. And again, they're all chest with focus. Now, you don't have to run focus, but I thought, what an opportunity to run focus. And so with the shotgun, you're not going to get to the max, you know, 60%. It's because it's got such a rapid fire on it. So the reality is, but we have to run 3 pieces of Araldi, so that's sort of why I got it. But if I had more Araldi pieces, we could run Braced again, just like we did on the Surgical Super 90. I really liked Braced, but this thing is gonna cut down fools like trees. It's gonna be it's gonna feel just as good. Nice dance moves, OG. Hey, he's got some moves, huh? Right on. My character. Let's see what kind of moves I got. None. I got this one. I can move like a rock star, basically, but that's it. Before I do this test real quick, actually, let me, I think I forgot. I'm running the sharpshooter specialization. We actually don't need to do that. It's just kind of left over from the SVD. What do you guys think we should run, like gunner? I mean, that gives us a little bit of handling, which is kind of nice, but we definitely don't have to. We could run, there's not much to, I mean, I guess gunner. Probably should be gunner, because we don't really have any, like, damage, armor on kill or anything like that, so let's go ahead and put that on. It's gonna hurt our SVD a little bit, but my secondary weapon is, let's see here, we need take off rifle damage, put back up on the MMRs, and then shotguns for now. And then I got assault rifle. So yeah, that'll work. So I got that on. So that's gonna give us 10% armor on kill. We don't really have any armor on kill or heals really going. And so you can put on lots of armor onto this and it'll work. I'm just, going with the pieces I had. I'm really limited by the pieces I have. I have some more Walker that we can play around with. But let's just kind of give this a go, see how it works. We'll be playing it nice and tight, and then I'm picking up the SVD as a backup weapon. So we can play a little bit at range. But it's not gonna work exactly like our SVD build from yesterday because I don't got all that handling. So it works, it's just, you can't do as much rapid firing. So let's, let me show you the crits on this thing. It's actually pretty insane. Oops, didn't mean to do that. All right. So, I think earlier when I hit it, I was hitting a 9 something, 876 right there. 950, do you see that? 950 crit with a pellet, okay? 1,097, 1.1. Oh, that's right, we gotta stay scoped in. What the? Okay. So 1.134. So earlier I was like 950 something. So I'm guessing that OG's perking us a little bit. So let's take a look at his build real quick. Let's see if he is. He's not actually. Okay. So that's all us. It's all us. Right, he's running that SVD build from yesterday. Right on. He's running a little bit differently. You've got his handling in different ways. I like it. All right, let's roll. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's go kill something. Map. What do we got going on the map? Kind of random. Alps, shotguns. I guess we could do shotguns. Let's go out the door. Shotgun territory. Let's go this run. Little Lee. Yeah, actually, you know what? We could change that to opportunistic. Why don't we do that? I mean, I'm sort of torn. Let me keep it like it is for a minute. But you're totally right. You're totally right. Good one, Little Lee. Mr. Tangeray! I don't usually do streams this early on Saturday morning, so this is a little surprise stream. I'm still gonna stream later tonight too. So we usually do like a 7 o'clock stream or whatever. So I'm still gonna do that this evening, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's just breaking 8 in the morning here on the west coast of the United States. Millie. Strip those armor. Strip them, strip them. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be stripping them. Antol, what up, brother? Antol's in the house. The Bricky78, love the streams of builds, Tux. Superb, bro, from Scotland. Right on. Right on. We need more boys from Scotland, man. For sure. Glad to see you here. Yeah, you're not gonna like this, guys. It's getting covered up. So this is why I'm not running opportunistic, because it's gonna be it's not gonna be so much a play from run and gun build. I know. Because of the scope, we're using the scope, so that's what I'm thinking. So I like the 10% from opportunistic, the amp damage, but 25% from vigilance is actually more. And since we're playing from cover, I want to see, you know, if we can stick with it. And then when you need to get a little range, that's right, sucker. You better run. Let's get some guys in here. So you are a little bit squishy, so you'd have to keep an eye on that, right? You know, I'm not running any armor. You can totally run armor. I just don't have the pieces yet to. Or plus, I want to figure it out too. Like, I like to start kind of like to see with how the build does, and then start adding armor after. That's just sort of my process. You know what I mean? Like, I like to first start with your damage, get your damage in order, and then work in your defense, so. But these guys they don't want to step into 15. You know, they don't want to step into that 15 meters. It's gonna hurt. This Super 90's got range on it too, so look at that. See, that's range right there. I mean, that's about 15 meters. I don't know what that is, 20. So. Get some fire going on those guys. This SVD just does a good job of popping those. You see, I can't fire as fast because I don't have the handling on my build. Who's shooting me from over there? Where'd that shot come from? Oh, there's a guy over there. Let's go claim him. Let's go claim him. So also, like, once you kind of fill out your build too, you know, the weapon thing. So, you know, if you're willing to lose a little bit of damage to armor, then you open up your class of weapons. You can bring in like I said, the capacitor. If you don't like to run the scope, then you can run the Scorpio. See, the reason why I'm running the scope also is because I don't have another Araldi chest. So, I'm sort of limited to the chest sound being focused right now, and so we might need to go into the summit. Actually, after this, and see if we can farm some more Araldi. That's limiting our build. And I would like to give you guys some options. This build is really versatile, okay? So don't get stuck on the crit chance numbers, because that damage to armor is insane. And then, of course, like, you got enemies like the reds and that are damage to health targets, but they're so weak. You got such a high base weapon damage. I mean, look at our base weapon damage. We're at 1 million on that shotgun, and then we got, you know, Killer to help us out too. But you're so strong that those little red guys aren't really gonna be an issue, you know. But I like the Super 90 with the setup, I really do, because it's got range behind it, and it's got a tight little pellet spread. I mean, look at all of those crits, you know what I mean? And then we got, let's see if we can pull up a little closer on these guys. And so 15 with the 8x scope works really well. You know, it works really well at the distances that you engage. Even if they get in your face, you're gonna be all right. And then again, if you need a range, just whip out your sniper. Now, I'm not sold on the SVD. I just have it, I mean, as a secondary weapon. God damn, they're throwing all their grenades at me. Ooh, fuck! I bled out. I got 2 grenades. I was like pinned down. Ricardo Jones, what's up, Richard? That's exactly. Richard knows the secret. Like, I don't like. That's a big secret, right? I mean, it's not a secret, but if you just think about pairing up that capacitor with a max damage to armor build, it's really nice. Hey, Richard, are you? How many? What kind of build are you running? Is it, I'm assuming you're running a hybrid. And you got skill tiers on that build. What do you got? Also, if anybody wants to jump in, feel free to play. Top left there, DeathCab3412 on the Xbox. You gotta be a friend, so add me as a friend and then send me a quick note like, hey, just one word, and then I will add you back and then invite you to the game if you want to play. But we are gonna run into the summit a little bit because we need some more Araldi so that we can play with this. But yeah, I think this would make a really good hybrid build. I mean, we're definitely not getting the most out of the perfect focus, you know, because we're not getting up to 60%. Because we're playing in tight and you take a lot of damage if you're staying out of cover, you know. But at least we got a sniper to have a little bit of fun with. So yeah, so this is again, the sniper is 6% less. I mean, but you can even go to pestilence, right? Which is insane too. The pestilence has got damage to targets out of cover and damage to armor, so that's a nice alternative too. I mean, imagine equipping that. Did I bring it with us? I did. So let's put this sucker on. See how it works. Now I don't have LMG's spec'd into the talent, into the. That was actually felt pretty easy. So the LMG base weapon damage is low because I don't have that added on my tree from Gunner. Keep that in mind. I wish they opened that up for us. You know, it sucks having to select only 3. These guys are slippery, aren't they? But yeah, I mean, it feels like I do. I mean, do you see how fast you just kind of cut through these guys? I mean, it feels better than like the other builds, that's for sure. As far as damage output. I mean, look at that. I mean, we're cutting through him. I mean, these guys aren't fully scaled up. There's only 3 of us. Swag King in the house. I didn't even see you jump in, my boy. What's up? Okay, so you went all red, Richard. So I'm interested in, I get it. Just for the fact that it's an, I get it. Let's try that. I see why you're doing it. So he's saying, I'm not playing into the skill tier thing. It's just the fact that it's an assault rifle with max damage to armor. That's what he's saying. So, you know, the downside is you don't get anything out of the, you know, you're missing, I don't know if it's, 100, like for me, I don't know if it's 100% worth it because you're missing a damage talent too, right? You could have like Optimus or Strained or something else there. So you're doing, you know, exchanging a damage talent for basically for 6% damage to armor. Which I just don't think that's worth it. Usually like something 30% weapon damage would probably mean more if you're just looking for more power. So that said, like if I were to use a capacitor, I get why he's not, and I see the logic there, but if, the numbers wise, it's probably gonna pan out to you'd be better off with another assault rifle and then put on, you know, Optimus or Strained or whatever. But so if I did run the capacitor, I would like to, and I do want to, I would like to put in the skill tiers to go with it to kind of, you know, to play into all of that. So still run 3 pieces of Raldi, still run all that crap. Walker and Harris and all that stuff, but put on the skill tiers on those same pieces. So that's what we're gonna need to farm for. Right on, VL's in the house. VL's in the house. Also, if you don't want to use the Super 90, you can also run the Black Market. I recommend this one. It's got a really nice RPM too. I think RPMs work really well with these types of builds. And if you do run this one, does it take the scope? It does. So you can also put the same 8x scope on it. See that? Let's try that. So the cool thing about this is that, I mean, it's down a mod, but that's okay in the end because your reload just got better, right? The Super 90's got sort of a slow reload, and you're using those mods to compensate the reload. So crit chance, I think we should level out. Yeah. Hey boys, we're gonna run to the summit after this because I need to farm more Raleigh gear so we can play around with this build. If you're down for that. The map just kind of sucks for farming today. I can't wait for that new game mode because that'll give us more options too, right? Like, oh, there's another Raleigh holster, better than the one we have. Just randomly get a Raleigh. It's like the game knows. The game knows. It knows. Black John Wick, what's going on, my man? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Right on. We're doing max damage to armor build. I will show the build in a second again. We gotta do a little fast traveling. Let's see here. Alp Summit. No. It's actually not bad. Hey, so do you remember the that live stream I did? It was one of the first live streams actually, where it was called like rare, hard to find but worth the grind. Remember that one? That live stream. So I'm gonna do another one of those versions, except it's gonna be I'm gonna start giving my recommendations on what you guys need to do to prepare your stash and your character for season 9 or title update 15 and the new game mode and the new gear that's coming. There's gonna be some important changes, and I always do this myself, and so like where I'll start to purge my gear based on what the new nerfs are, but also what the new buffs are. Like we're getting those spotter buffs, and so I'll start like grinding for Fenris chest pieces with spotter, or Fenris chest pieces that can take that new spotter, whatever. But like things like y'all will be important. The y'all gear is now going to be a little bit more important because of that new gear set. Did you guys see that new gear set that's coming out? So you're going to get, I think it's like 5% more armor, 10% armor on kill, and then another 10% hazard protection, all in the same gear piece, the brand piece. What up, Wick the Swede, my man? On Saturday morning? I know I'm crazy. What up, Dr. Hannes? Rayubs! Liverpool in the house. Right on. So let's get some Araldi pieces. That's what we're gonna need. So there we go. Can't believe I'm farming in Araldi. So we got this headshot Hasbro. That's probably better than this. Yeah. Delete that. So anyways, I'm gonna give you guys some guidance on that stuff. So let's take a look at the build real quick. Before we run upstairs and start farming. So it's all red. You don't have to go all red. This thing is just cutting them down really fast. Now, the original shotgun I was using, just so you know, was the Super 90. So, and let me just put that on because I do like that for sure. This is sort of, so look at it like kind of like a hybrid between the surgical Super 90 and the SVD build that I put out. It's sort of like that kind of hybrid. But, so we got the 8x scope, we got reload speed here, and then a million base weapon damage. We got killer, but we want to run shotguns because they give you 12% damage to armor, so which is the highest in the game. Now there's the capacitor is the only assault rifle that also gives you 12% damage to armor, but I think it's the only other gun in the game that does that high outside of shotguns. You see, so you could use a Scorpio too if you decide you don't want to go scope. But the reason why I'm using the Super 90 with killer and the scope is because I have perfect focus with Arali holdings on my chest. Now we're not getting 60% because the kill time, and we're playing it so tight that if we were to hang out of cover that much, we would lose all our armor. So you don't have to use perfect focus. But because we're running 3 pieces of Raldi, I decided to go that route. But we are getting some benefit and enough benefit for it to be worth it. So it's not trash. It's definitely not trash. So I'm running 2 pieces Walker to get that 5% damage to armor. We're also getting more weapon damage, so that's a nice little boost. Here's my second piece. And then my backpack, I'm running 3. This is my second piece of Raldi, sorry. Which has got weapon handling, headshot damage, crit chance, more. I got vigilance there because we're playing from cover, so not really running and gunning. But you can also go opportunistic, composure, whatever you like. Here's my third piece. It's sort of a shitty piece, but it's all that I could craft on the last minute. And then damage to armor here. So which are the contractor's gloves. So and then I decided to go with gunner because we needed some sort of life. So I haven't been in the summit in a little bit. What floor are we on? All right. Yeah, let's take it. Floor 4. Right on, right on. Morning, hotel. DJ Sammy. Yeah. Yep, cleaning up the stash is a daily duty for me. But I'm gonna, as soon as it's, you know, we're gonna wait a little bit more. It's because we need to get a reveal on the gear, but. We know we're gonna get perfect spotter. We know we're gonna get perfect opportunistic. They're not gonna change those things. So that's really what I'm basing it off of. We know we're gonna get some that exotic SVD, you know. So with that, you know, you're gonna, you know, collecting these Araldi pieces like I'm doing now will come in handy so you can have some more build variations. Oh look, we got a rogue right off the bat. Nice. So, what do I got? So I'm actually gonna put a double shotgun build on that. Let me try putting the black market as a second weapon, you know, and so I can rotate, slap between these two, just to give the Araldi, the other one a try. We could still use the sniper though. We have hard to earn, so all right, let's go. VL is a super tanky, so he's gonna be taking a little bit of aggro for us. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be a tough crowd because try to get up from playing teammates. Get that fire out of my way. We need a guy to focus on. Try to bring him in, VL, if you can. The fuck? Really? Damn, they throw so many grenades. It's sort of ridiculous. Yeah, let's get out of here. The grenade throwing is ridiculous, right? I mean, they must have threw like 30 grenades in that first half second. Scott! What the fuck? It just killed me. Like, how am I taking damage back here? Scotty! Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. What up, Scott, man? What's going on, brother? Colby Williamson in the house. A strictly health damage build. Like a Chunga Slayer. Gotta wait for these guys to, like, calm the F down so you can get to one of them. Here we go. Why am I keep bleeding though? Where is this bleed coming from? It's really annoying. I can't get in the fight because every time I go out there, I'm like bleeding instantly. See that? Danny Wyant! Welcome, brother. Welcome to the Players Club, Danny. Thank you for supporting us. Really, man. Appreciate you. I'll give you more inside scoop, too, in a second here. As soon as we get rid of these rogues. We need to isolate these guys. You gotta isolate. When you're playing in a group, like when it's just me, it's not much of a big deal. But when you're playing in a group, it's just like, these rogues are pretty nasty. You gotta isolate them. Come on. Pick him up. Why the fuck? Oh, couldn't I pick him up? Oh, we're getting our asses kicked. We're all down. Oh my god. Danny, appreciate you, man. Welcome to the Players Club. So, and you selected the True Bandido level, which is a great level. That means you get access to the classified builds. The latest classified build that I put out is called Savage, and it's the best Savage Wolverine build in the game, in my opinion. It's tightly tuned to exactly what that gun can do. So you got to give that one a try. But since you're new, I want you to know that you can find the link to all these classified builds, or the latest classified build, in the videos that I publish. So in the description area of this live stream, right below, there's, if you expand the description area, there's a link to the latest classified build, which is called Savage Wolverine, or the Savage, that is. Anyways, also, if you just go to my YouTube homepage, there's a members only playlist that you now have access to, and inside there is all the members only content in one easy to find place. And so I recommend, when it comes to the classified builds, starting with the most recent and working your way backwards. But yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you supporting us. All right, let's get into this. Ooh, we snuck out of that, didn't we? Oh, here comes a big fat boy. So he's technically a lot of... Let me see. I mean, well, we're hitting blue, so you see the blue. So he does have armor plates. So the blue's armor. Jesus Christ. Man, they're rushing us hard in here, huh? What do I have this on? Extra heroic? You know what I mean? Like, damn, I mean, look at these guys. They're fucking us up. You know what I mean? It's just like, this is just heroic. This should be really easy, you know? Let's try this other shotgun, by the way. Oh, I wasn't even using the right shotgun. There we go. Yeah, the Sash G12 feels really similar to the Super 90. I thought I was using the Super 90. It wasn't. I was not. So yeah, I have the same one. I should probably take the scope off of the second one just in case it's we get rushed, and you kind of use it that way. So just stopping power. But yeah, so those new gear sets are looking pretty interesting, huh? So we got perfect spotter. That's gonna be nice. Because, so I don't know if you guys caught, but shit. God damn it. That's so annoying, that they put those rushes in this little room. But that new gear set, like, basically landing shots, applies a pulse to targets. And so what's really cool about that is that it's obviously synergized. It's sort of a little obvious, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying that they did that a little bit, because what that means is that oh, Liger's in the house. All right. Right on, Lighter. So, you know, when they do that, so here's the deal. So there's a couple of things, right? There's a new brand set, and then there's a new gear set, right? The gear sets are the colored ones, green or blue, depending on your platform. And the gear. There's not much. The gear sets are pretty fixed, right? And it's like by running 2 pieces, you get assault rifle damage and LMG damage, right? So that's what they did. And then by running 3 pieces, you get. I can't remember what you get, but it is what it is. And then the 4th piece gives you some sort of talent that by shooting enemies, you get bonus armor and you pulse them, basically, or something like that. And so it's pretty limited. So then they're giving the spotter on top of that, and then they're also giving an assault rifle build and a new assault rifle that gives you 20% damage to pulsed enemies. So it's just like a really obvious build. So obvious, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be powerful. It's gonna work, but it's just gonna be obvious. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of those builds. It's like there's nothing for me to do here. I mean, the question's gonna be armor or no armor, or you know what I mean? It's just like how much armor or if any armor, and it's like because there's gonna be an OP thing. It's sort of like Hunter's Fury, right? Like Hunter's Fury is kind of like there's not much you can do with Hunter's Fury. There's just not. It's just sort of always gonna be the. Which is why I don't run Hunter's Fury a lot, because it's just like, yeah, it's just Hunter's Fury. It's just Hunter's Fury. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want to do? Like, you know what I mean? It's like that's sort of boring to me, you know. You know, I guess what I'm saying is like, one is damn, that guy hit me. Fuck. It's amazing how those rushers can push through that. You know, chest shots with the shotgun. But so for I guess what I'm saying, like for me, like I really like brand sets over gear sets, because gear sets just they pull from your imagination or what you from build diversity. Basically, they're almost like kind of made for people that aren't necessarily, you know, the 4-piece sets are made for maybe those that aren't that interested. Oh, that's a really nice mask, huh? Aren't that interested in making builds, so to speak. I mean, they just want like, just give me the build and then let me move on, kind of concept, you know. I mean, sort of. I mean, it's nice, it's interesting, like to have something new. But Keith Lewis, appreciate the nice words, man. Thank you. Working hard over here, keep the community alive. But like, you know. Gotta change our skill here. God damn it. Come on.
EMP jammer detected nearby.
But it's like system corruption, you know, like if you look at a lot of these gear pieces, like Striker, you know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, when you run 4 pieces of Striker, it is what it is, right? I mean, what are you gonna do to it? You know? Not much. It's sort of like armor. I mean, it's basically changed the cores. There's not enough attributes to really, you know, do much with. That makes the build a difference. You're losing attributes, and so, I mean, I know why they do. They do it so that we can have special talents. Okay, here's the deal. I mean, I'm just talking out loud. This is just my opinion. These aren't facts, so you know what I mean. So, but, oh, that missed. That pulse didn't even reach. I mean, part of it is like the way the devs are looking at it is that when it comes to build diversity, it's not about the individual's build diversity, it's about the group's build diversity, right? So that's why they're doing this. Like, for example, like the group, there should be 1 Eclipse, there should be 1 Striker, there should be 1 whatever, you know? But I'm surprised that they've never given us a like a straight up LMG set, like a set that just, I mean, that's what we really need, is a straight up LMG set. Do we really need, I mean, I know this new one is gonna have like 50, it's gonna be viable for LMGs also, but it's a hybrid LMG assault rifle set. But do we really need that? I mean, I think we need a straight up, go all in on LMG, make it good, an LMG set good, you know what I mean? And we don't have that right now. We already have good sets for assault rifles. It's called Striker. I mean, doesn't Striker basically make any assault rifle badass? I mean, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, no problem, VL, man. No problem, bro. I just got your message. So, I mean, anyways, so I'm just not a big fan of the gear sets. I like them. I use them. You guys know me. I'll use everything they give us. But I'm just saying, like, if they had a choice, if the devs asked us, like, what would you rather have? I'd be like, yeah, no, give me brand sets. They're way more flexible. You know, you're not losing any stats. You're not, you know. That sniper back there is the one. Gotta look out for her. Oh, really? Really? You hit me with a fire grenade? Fuck. Getting our asses kicked. Oh. Oh, this is sort of an, you know, I think this is why a lot of people don't like the summit. There's just annoying things inside here, right? Like the EMP pulses, and it's just like, I hope they fix that about the new game mode, because that's what's coming in the new game mode too. We gotta push. Oh, that tank's throwing fire grenades. That's so annoying. Kicking my ass too. It's like it's a little too far for a shotgun, right? The tank is because it's got a skinny neck, but we have no problem with the NPCs because they got broad shoulders. They got man shoulders. Get to those snipers. Coming for you, motherfuckers. After that one shotgun, I mean. She moved back. Do you see her? She's smart. Oh, we got a dog in the house too. 2 snipers. Come on up, lady. Woo! She did not survive. Love those cover-to-cover moves. Gotta use those cover-to-cover moves, folks. So it increases your survivability like tenfold, you know, just so do you ever hate how slow your character moves? You know what I mean? Like when you try to run, I mean, look at me running, right? Just here's me running. Like, oh, I had 10 donuts this morning. I forgot my cup of coffee. I'm slow as fuck, right? You know what I mean? But now watch. I mean, then if you do a cover-to-cover move, I mean, just watch how fast you'll dart, right? I'll go over there like way faster. I can feel the wind in my hair. Feel the freedom. It can bounce off a cover. You know, you move so much faster with cover-to-cover moves. But anyways, you gotta use cover-to-cover. It increases your survivability. You also take less damage when you're doing that kind of crap, you know? So we're gonna be looking at how. So I'm collecting pieces for hybrid builds, guys, also along the way here. So we're gonna create a hybrid. I really like the concept of coming up with some sort of damage to armor, max damage to armor, capacitor build. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead and keep fighting. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah, but so what do you, I mean, did you guys see, do you guys know what I'm talking about? About the new gear? Has anybody seen that yet? Let me know in the comments if you've seen the new gear. I'm talking about the gear specifically, not the guns. There's a new brand set and a new gear set. Oh, good. Nice chunker for us. Nice. Nice. Now we could change this to legendary a little later, but I'm farming right now, so that's why I don't do legendary. I don't farm on legendary. It takes too long. Wait, who's behind me? Did I hear another chunga in the house? I want him. But yeah, so. So I'm. Oops. There's a fucking tank here. We don't want him. We don't want to waste our ammo on him or efforts. Just sitting there. Oh, there's a chugger right there for us. Switching. Remember, chungas are technically... So the reason why I wanted to show you the chunga there real quick is because chungas are technically damage to health. They do have armor plates, though, right? You got to break their armor and all that. But they're technically damage to health, their health targets. So I wanted to show you that this build is so strong, that doesn't matter. OG, looks like OG found that tank, huh? Oh yeah, OG, there's a tank back there, look out. So CMod Dibbler, CMod, I'm just giving your comment here. It says, hey Tux, I tried using strikers with new reliable LMG to make them work. Needed more burst damage, huh? It needed more burst damage? You're saying it still needs more burst damage or before you tried it? How did it work out? Because I would think that striker would give it the burst damage it needed. Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. You're saying it needed more burst damage, so I put on strikers. Or you're saying I put on strikers and it still sucked on the burst damage side of things. Did I miss something? Welcome. So let me throw on the show up the build, everybody. Memento farming, right on, bro. If I see anything there, go and share that. You gotta get this guy a memento. All right, there's chungas. So let's get the party started. I want them to come to us. Oh, that's annoying. God damn it. The pulse on the other side of the door, you see that? Fucking annoying. So I'm gonna charge up here. Let him come in. Let's see how this works. What are they doing back there? Did I miss something? Like, is there a crate back there? Are they all checking that gear or what? Like if I can get, I think I would actually probably like an Araldi chest piece with brace. I would rather have braced here, I think, than, so brace gives you really lightning speed reloads. So I think that's what I would like to do, like to truly get this build like an amazing place. I mean, and this works. Oh, sorry if I jumped in front of that shot. I would like to probably add that brace and get rid of focus, because we don't really need that extra damage. It's nice to have, but we don't need it. Oh my god, these guys keep throwing these fucking pulses. See those blue ticks? So he's health, but he's got armor plates. And so that's how you know that. You can look at the color, look at all those blues. So we got blue, white, and red, right? Or blue, white, and gold. So gold is, oh, there's a key over there. So gold is the crits, white is health, and then the blue is the armor plates. So he's got armor plates, so remember that. That's our damage to armor still works on those dogs. See ya. I mean, what's nice about this is that it does, you know, you still got your handling out of cover. Come on out. I know you're back there. Somebody in that door, didn't they? They're there. It's amazing in the range the shotgun has, I'm telling you. It almost does better at range. You know what I mean? Like, get that key before we forget. Hit that like, subscribe if you haven't done that. You should all be subs anyways. I think I got comments restricted to subs right now. I think I'm gonna be doing that more, mostly because people forget to sub even though they want to. So it's kind of a nice little easy way to remind them, like, hey, want to comment? Be a sub. Also, I think that helps get rid of the spam. You know those spam comments that we get? You know, from like, hey, sex.com, the only sex site you need. You know, it's just like, yeah, no more of that crap because they're not subs. You know, so they can't comment. They're spam. Damn, that fucking tank is not gonna let me get to him. Oh, that tank is gonna rape me. Yep.
System reactivated. Agent down.
Oh, we're dead. We've been down a man. We've been way back there. Oh,
An agent
we're getting
needs
slaughtered.
assistance.
We're being tough on us. Dude, that tank is raping us. Oh, that tank is flanking. Broke those tracks fast. You see that? Switch it up. So if you go to Sash 12, you got a lot faster reload. So that's the advantage of using the Sash 12 over the Super 90. If the reloads bother you. So if we run brace, the reloads are not an issue, but this has got a 2.5 second reload, which is pretty close to, and you can make it faster. You can make that even faster, but that's pretty close to like an assault rifle. Closer. Ah! Really?
Agent incapacitated.
Those hills are so strong. Cracker! Cracker 76, what's up, my man? B Tesla. Yeah, so Memphis says, I don't like the fact that they force you to use spotter and then like demolish the intimidate talent. Yeah, I don't like the demolishing of the intimidate talent. That's PvP crap leaking over to PvE. We know that, right? I mean, this is like, does anybody feel like intimidate is overpowered for PvE content? It's not. I mean, you got to be within 10 meters. You know what? You know how aggressive you have to play with that, right? And then your bonus armor doesn't even last very long. Let's just admit it. Unless you're a tank. If you're a tank, then your bonus armor will stick, right? But then you don't have much damage anyways, right? If you go tank. Right? If you go tank. So it's not overpowered. It's not at all. So is it overused? Yes. And where is it overused? Can somebody make that? Tell me where it's overused. PvP. Exactly. It's just like, you know. So yeah, I mean, but is it overused in PvE? Absolutely not. You know? It is not like the build you gotta have. And you know, it's not. It's not. And so I don't get the logic there. I don't get the logic. They know, this is the thing, they know that PvP sucks in this game and that they're not going to salvage it. They gave up on it. You know what I mean? They gave up on it. I don't understand what's going on here. Oh, this is a loot room. So, you know, they gave up on PvP. They decided that they're not going to really make any more content for it, right? So they did a little bit of balancing stuff, but why change that for PvE? Can't you just do it for PvP? You know? Either way, assault rifles, you know, it looks like assault rifles are gonna be king, man. They're gonna be king, which is kind of cool for whatever content you're playing. I mean, I like the assault rifle class, who doesn't, right? But, you know, with the new gear set coming, with things like, you know, spotter, look at that, there's another perfect focus. I don't need that one. I'm gonna give that one to these guys for their SVD. Here's if anybody needs this perfect focus chest, here you go. Or maybe I should take it upstairs. But yeah, assault rifles I think are gonna be king. I think I also think shotguns are going to be also. I think the shotguns are gonna be pretty strong because of, so the shotguns like work really well with focus. Babalathi! Babalathi. Am I saying that right? Babalathi. I think I am. Thanks for subbing, bro. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Special shout out to Babalathi for subbing. So like, yeah, I think that, you know, it's you know, so that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see people start leaning to things that work like well with spotter. Like shotguns accept spotter really well. Like if you guys remember my Furious Mop build, that one does really well with spotter. So here's another quick look at the build. I haven't made any changes, but this is 30% armor damage, and it's insane, right? And I'm running it, shotguns are the way to go with this, and so I'm running the Tactical Super 90. You can also use the Sash G12. Those are my two recos, but any shotgun works that you love. We can also try, I brought along the Scorpio, so we can do the Scorpio. Let's try the Scorpio, right? So the Scorpio's gonna ignore a chest talent, okay? So I was running the Super 90 because of perfect focus, but, you know. We don't need those. We don't need gloves. We don't need that.
Server terminal detected.
But that's what gives this game legs. I mean, game modes are gonna help, you know what I mean? But it's the move the gun. So like people like, you might be an SMG guy, or you might be an LMG guy, or a sniper guy, whatever. And then they make changes like this, right? And it's gonna be like, it encourages you to try something different, try something out of your comfort zone. And by doing that, you're gonna get a different Division 2 experience, extremely different. Playing with shotguns is not like playing with an LMG or a sniper or anything like that. It's an extremely different game experience. And so I feel like that's why I think even more than the new game mode. I mean, we need new game modes. I'm not saying we don't, but I'm saying like if it comes down to like what impacts the game community more, I think it's the builds. I think it's builds. Also because I think the more build diversity we have, the more ability for the player base to try different things. Keeps them into the game, keeps you farming. That's what keeps you farming, right? Because I mean, how many times have you played Legendary District Union Arena or Legendary whatever, you know, with your group, and you keep doing it even though you've played it a million times? But a lot of the reason why you do it is because you're hanging out with friends, having good conversations, or, you know, or you like to mix it up with a different crowd. It's about who you're playing with sometimes, you know? I know a lot of us are solo players. I know most of us are solo players, right? It's like a massive 80% of the community considers themselves solo players. 80%. I mean, that's massive. %. And then on top of that, they're spending, this 80% crowd is spending most of their time playing heroic control points, you know? So if anything, like, I mean, is that not a stat that resonates with the deaths? Doesn't that mean something? Like, how about giving us just a bigger base map? You know what I mean? More control points, more, or game mode within the game, like that you could toggle on, kind of like global events, right? More global events, I guess. Kind of concept, right? That you can change the way the game plays in the open world, because that's where we're spending all our time in endgame. You know? Now the new map they gave us is basically open world. It is, you know. You can play it solo, as far as I understand. So you see, we have no focus here, guys. We were not using the chest talent there. You see, and this build is strong. You don't need it, you know. So again, shotguns and the Scorpio gives you 12% damage to armor, so that's why this one works really well. Plus, you're given that status effect, but we don't even really need the status effect. It's just like hit it and quit it. Hit that like, hit that like. I'd be smoking. Yeah, like if every weapon, like he says, it'd be nice if every weapon would be a viable option. And LMGs just like aren't, kind of, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Or maybe it's just that you don't have the easy build. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the gear sets do kind of help on the stash issues too, though, right? So like, you know, some builds or weapons aren't viable because you have to like farm the shit out of every gear slot so that you have options to create a build and find the one that you love, right? And so gear sets do kind of save on that front a little bit. And then it becomes, then that weapon class becomes viable because you now have the space to, you know, you have an easy gear set, I guess is a way. They're kind of like a starter gear set, right? Like you're like, oh, let's start with this gear set. If I like it, then I'll start expanding and making more builds for it. I guess is another way to look at it. But my point is that, I mean, these are hard stats. Just survey the community. I mean, right? And they don't need to survey the community. They got stats in the game, right? They got data in the game. Where do people play? How many times is this mission being played? How many times is this control point being cleared? You know, whatever. You know, they got stats to work with. So it's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to them. There's turrets everywhere. Look at these double turrets. Jesus. Yeah, he's invulnerable in that fucking heal. Invulnerable. Take care of this thing. Go by the spawn doors. Best place to hang out, in my opinion. So that's what I don't wonder. Like why not just like give us what, you know? Look at all these guys, huh? Shit. A lot of dudes. We one tap that red. I mean that gold. Ah! What's shooting me? Oh, I guess you jumped the rail. Jesus, there's like waves coming out of that room. You know. Oh, we got rushers. The Super 90 would actually work really nicely in that situation. I'm using the Scorpio. The rapid fire really helps, as well as the you can no scope, right? You can no scope and still get that 30% headshot damage. Yeah, in the open world, I mean, the open world is just more dynamic, right? Beat Tesla, it's more dynamic. I mean, you guys know what I mean by dynamic? It's just like, it's like it's not so restrictive on builds as much as like a legendary mission is, for example, right? Like legendary missions, like there's certain builds that just don't work. I mean, like for example, like an SMG builds, just, I mean, can you force it? Can you make it work? Absolutely. I'm just saying, like in general, it's just like you don't want to go into a District Union Arena running a vector. You know what I mean? It's just like it's so hard on your ammo burn. You're gonna burn so much ammo because the enemies play so deep. You know. So, you know, the open world is just like dynamic that way. So your builds are more flexible, and then on top of that, you go to a control point and you're fighting, you know, the hyenas, and then a group of Black Tusk walks by and they join the fight, and then you got an aerial drone, and then some rogues like join, and then, you know what I mean, the territory control next door picks up on the fight, that there's a fight going in. They say, I want some, you know, so they come and get their donuts, you know. So it's just like, you know, there's a lot of that's just dynamic. There's surprise. Sometimes they spawn from this door, sometimes they spawn from that door, you know. Could it be more dynamic? Absolutely. Ooh, there's a nice piece. Glass cannon. Yeah, I'll take that one. Look at it. Almost god roll all the way around. We could add some crit damage. We're taking that. That'll be good for the capacitor. Yes. That's the chest piece for the hybrid. So we're gonna make this a hybrid build too. So for sure. And it's gonna cut. It's gonna cut down some trees. And so Red's on legendaries at that sentence. Yeah. I can see that. Actually, you know what's the believe it or not, this is in my opinion, you know who I think the biggest threats in legendary are purples. There's far more of them in the game. In legendary, there's a lot of purples, and you know, you can't run protection from elites against them, and the good thing about the reds is they just die really easy. It doesn't matter if it's legendary or heroic. They just die really easy. Ooh, something behind us. Where did that come from? You'll see. We'll take us in the legendary. I never have problems with the reds. They're never my threat. Doesn't matter if I'm running a sniper build or whatever. Let's stand in there. Like, that's why I never run damage to health builds, really. Like, I rarely run damage to health on any build, because they're just not a big enough threat, the reds, to spec into them, you know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of them, there can be a lot of them, but they're just not a threat. You know, I never have a hard time killing them, I guess I should say, you know? The golds you do, they take more rounds, right? They take more bullets, and the veterans do too. The veterans do too, and so that's why people are always like, oh, damage to targets out of cover, or damage protection from elites builds are, you're so squishy against reds. You're like, you're not squishy against reds. You're the same amount of squishiness against reds as, you know, you always are. It's just that you're invulnerable to elites, you know. And so I don't need to worry about reds, you know. I mean, they're so easy to kill. I mean, I wish they weren't even in the game. They're sort of, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be okay fighting nothing but purples and reds. We're at 30%, Wick. We're at 30%. So we got 30% armor damage. To get 30%, you need to use a shotgun or the capacitor. The capacitor will also get you there too. So if we run the capacitor, and we're fixing to get there, I'm just picking up a couple more pieces here so we can roll things. So the capacitor gets you to 30%. But I think my favorite one is actually the Super 90 here. There you go. With killer is nice. You can run whatever you want though. And we're using focus, but we don't really need focus. It's sort of a nice to have. So, but I think it'd be really unique to use the capacitor. I think that'd be a shotgun. I mean, an assault rifle hybrid with 30% damage to armor is pretty cool, actually. Pretty unique too. I mean, who's running that, right? And then you could, not very many people. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one to discover it. Obviously, there was somebody in here that was just saying that they were running something close to that. Not quite a hybrid, but I forget who was saying that. But you know, to make it into a hybrid, I think it'd make it legitimately pretty unique and off meta, but really effective. Oh, these little turtle dudes are in here. The question that I have for you guys is like, do we need the crits? You know what I mean? Or like, or, you know, where do you go from this build? Where would you go from this build? You know what I mean? So we got crit chance and crit damage everywhere, but if you didn't run crit chance and crit damage, I mean, you got a lot of room to do other things. I mean, we got 30% damage to armor, right? So, I mean, do you run like a bunch of repair skills, or, you know, what do you do? Sure, that chest. Delete some things, we're running out of room. I'll take that backpack though. I think it's a better backpack because we got weapon handling and headshot damage, and we could have more crits if we wanted it. You know, but I think like with the capacitor, do we run crits? Probably, you know. But like on a shotgun, see the base weapon damage on a shotgun is so high. That's why I'm asking about a shotgun. Because, I mean, the good news about the capacitor, by the way, for those that like health damage, is it also brings you some health damage. So that's a good part about that. But you lose damage to targets out of cover. But shotguns, they have such a high base weapon damage, you know. You don't really need crits, but when you have them, it's just like, yeah, this thing's pretty powerful. That guy's tanky. You can tell just by... I hate fighting the Rikers. Use so much ammo. Still, this is kind of slippery. We're picking up some pieces now, aren't we? See if we got anything worth working with. Make some changes in the lab. See, I don't think focus is helping us a ton, so I would like to move that out of the way. I mean, it's okay. We're getting some out of it, but we're playing it too tight for focus to be a thing, you know? I think you'd be better off with like obliterate, even obliterate, right? Because you got crits happening with the pellets. So, you know, either obliterate, but I would probably use braced. Yeah, I would definitely go yellow cores on the capacitor, like you're suggesting. That's what would make it unique, you know? Just like, wow, 30% damage to armor on 6 yellow cores, or even like 5 yellow cores? Like, yeah, cool. You know? That's different. Oh, look at these not so great pieces. See if we got anything worth. We got a little bit of a build here. Ooh, that's a nice one. I don't like the setup, but I'm looking for that rifle? Oh, here's another one. Share. ACR, we're ready to fire. Yeah, I'll take that one. I'm working on those long-range assaults rifles for you banditos, and he knows that, so he's hooking us up. Don't forget to hit the like, guys. I appreciate that. See how many likes we got. Are we climbing that like tree? 69 likes, 88 viewers. Go ahead and hit that like. I appreciate that if you haven't already done so. Helps get some traction. All right, let's see where we are with the builds. Let's wake up, wake up. Okay, so do we have enough pieces to make some changes here? Start running the capacitor build. That's where I'm going. Hey guys, you mind if we go to the lobby real quick? Let's head to the lobby real quick. Let's make a quick capacitor build. It's gonna be an evolution. It won't be perfect. Keep that in mind, just because we're still farming some pieces, but I want to give you an idea of how cool this is. It feels really good. And the really neat part is you don't have to have all of those crits with the shotgun, okay? So that shotgun build that I'm running, absolutely a beast, and it could be better if we had more chest piece talent options, like Braced, or Obliterate, or even Unbreakable. You know, it still has to be the Araldi Walker combination, right? So your gloves are stuck. You're stuck with your gloves. So here's a build before I change it, okay? So like it absolutely works. You're just not getting that 60% from focus. So that's the only thing that would change about the build. But you can run focus. You're just not getting there all the way. So it's just sort of a little bit inefficient, and that's because we're playing pretty tight. You know, close enough to like if we hung out of cover that long, you know, in scope, we'd be taking too much damage. So that's the only reason why I don't totally recommend it, but it works. So, but it's the tactical super 90, headshot damage, and then I got the reload speeds here. But if we were running Braced, you wouldn't need that. So if you ran Braced, you'd end up being able to put up more crits. So, you know, there's a trade-off there, right? So 2-piece Walker, weapon damage for that damage to armor there. And then here's the second piece, right? Crits everywhere. And then, of course, that first piece of Araldi, our second piece of Araldi. Now, since we're playing from cover, Vigilance works. You can also go Opportunistic, or you can even roll with Composure. Now, we got weapon handling and headshot damage. I prefer not to have headshot damage or weapon handling here, more crits, if we were to go down the crit path, which we did. So, but that's the only backpack I had at the time. So these you're stuck with. You got to run the Contractor's gloves, and then we have the Araldi knee pads, all right? So let's start turning this into a capacitor build, because I think that would be really unique. Now, are we gonna need to run a skill tier for that? Probably. So let me equip this build real quick. Because my inventory is full, I can't use that, huh? Let me delete something that I don't need. Or like that one. Take that shitty backpack. Okay, and then we need technician. There we go. Okay, so now let's start moving some pieces around. So now we need, I picked up a new Araldi backpack, right? A couple of them. So let's see which one we could use. So this one's got weapon handling and crit chance. So we're not going to be god rolled, obviously, with these. So I think this one's probably going to be junk, but this one's probably our best. Headshot, crit damage, and weapon damage. Obviously, these aren't god rolled. Or crit chance with versatile. Versatile would be kind of cool. Crit damage 10.3, 10.9 crit damage. So yeah, okay, we'll delete that one. Weapon handling, crit chance, and versatile. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that. We'll just keep it for a second. Okay, so tech support, skill kill. So you see where I'm going with that one? So I can put a skill tier there. I could also, so you're not gonna be able to run I mean, you can if you're willing to lose. There we go. See that? Skill damage. So the Contractor's gloves with yellow. Right on. So we still get the damage to armor. Now for the knees, I think we're gonna want to run. We got this one. That one's gonna be garbage. I could also change that one, which I might do that. Yeah, I think I might do that. Don't need the skill. I'd rather have the double crits. You know what I mean? And then put the skill tier. But we could also put that one on. And then let me see. We picked up this chest piece. So we're gonna put that one on. The glass cannon will work for our skills as well as our gun. That's why I'm after that. So there's our 3 pieces of Araldi. Let me see if I got more Araldi. I got a Araldi Raz with armor regen repair skills. That's not gonna be any good. will be a cool build though, guys. I'm excited. Excited. So so I think we're gonna have to go Walker Mask, right? So Walker skill damage, armor regen. Walker, I do have a, should have a Walker crit. Let me delete a couple things. Let me pick up a Walker crit with the skill tier. Should have that. There it is. It's not great, but see, it's a perfect synergy. It's the perfect synergy, you know? And that's because if you look at the capacitor's mods, it's got crit chance, crit damage 30%. Right, and got weapon handling there, rounds, 12% damage to armor, and then you power up from skill tiers, right? Plus 30%, 60% skill damage. So if we can get this hammered out correctly, then we'll be pretty strong. Let's see. We got a Walker holster. I think that would make sense here. There it is. And now you know why my stash is always full, because I have these pieces laying around. It's not perfect. Let's see where we are. 35, 192. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Crits wise. Crit chance. Put that on there. Where would we roll here? We'll keep the skill tier, because we got skill tier there. Skill, probably we roll skill tier there, right? We don't have to have 6 skill tiers, but let me change the knee pads real quick. Good ACS. Ooh, really nice MA70. Let's see here. Recalibration station. Let's take from the knees. Let's put that skill tier on there. So you don't have to go all 6 skill tiers. I just like doing that. We could keep it a 5-2 here. What are our skills hitting at? 76,000, but you got to remember we're going to get 60% buff from the capacitor, plus another 25% from glass cannon. So the damage to armor buffs aren't going to help your tech. They're only going to help your gun. So by running damage to armor like this, what you're doing is you're bringing your gun in balance with your tech, because your tech is usually pretty strong. So let's put on some more crit chance. Almost done here, guys. So, you know, I'm kind of torn. Do I want to get rid of that skill haste? It's pretty shitty. You know, we got a God rolled core attribute, so, you know, probably keep that one red and then turn this one yellow. Or do I get rid of the headshot damage? What do you guys say? You know what I mean? Do I get rid of the headshot damage or put on the skill tier? So more crit chance or skill tier? 53, 119 is actually pretty good. And then here we'd probably put more crit damage. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So with the capacitor, because of all the damage to armor and because of all the damage to health, remember we got damage to health too. You don't need that much crits because you got a lot of multiplicative damage. So look at our multiplicative damage. 30% armor damage. Holy shit. 98% headshot damage. Holy shit. 130% crit hit damage. That's a wow. It doesn't seem like a wow, but on a capacitor, that's a wow. Anything north of 100% is solid. Only one unit, and it's the G unit. He's in the house. What up, G unit? What up, boy? What's going on, my man? So 53, 131. That's good. That's good. We're happy with that. And so we got tech support, so the skills are going to pick up that 25%. Now, I would like, what do you call it? Combined arms, but this works. This works. Let me just delete this real quick. All right, boys, I'm almost ready. So I'm guessing, you know, skill tier. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, good call, Daryl. I have too much of everything though, so you know. There's that. So I'm gonna say skill tier here. What's up, Dubs75? Good to see you back, man. I haven't seen you in a few days. I'm gonna say skill tier. We'll keep the headshot damage. And let's see if we can get more backpack options because we're gonna need them. Because says word on that. All right. So what other backpacks did I get? I might have to delete them. I need to make sure we have room here. What is this? Why do I have this? I don't think I like it. I don't like that one either. So this is the alternative one that I have. So it's got weapon handling, crit chance, and versatile. So no, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, if we can find an SMG that makes sense, and then the switch between, I mean, to give that shotgun, we're gonna keep that one, because to give that shotgun like that, all that 35% amp damage, you know, kind of remove the scope. So I'm gonna keep this one. This could be interesting. For another concept, we're gonna do some more farming. We need more piece options, but I do have some of these. So like this, here's a nice walker one, right? Some walker pieces. See if that, so like, if I had one, let me see. Do I have another one where if we don't really need the skill damage? You know what I mean? Like we don't really, but I don't think I have another. Yeah. Got lots of walker gloves. We could work from too. But let's just go with what we got. I think we're good. All right, let's roll. Delete this shit. Let me drop off a couple items real quick. We need every little inch we can get here. Move that over. Move that over. Cool. Let's rock. All right, I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one. Hopefully, we still got. The only thing I don't know is if we got assault rifle spec'd into our technician. I assume we do. But it's possible our assault rifle is not spec'd in the technician, which means we'd be missing a little bit of damage. But I assume it's there. But Zombie Pyro, what's up, man? Good name, by the way. Zombie Pyro. He says, bro, I love your builds. Appreciate that, Zombie. He says, bro, I love your videos. You really inspired me to think outside the box. I'm trying to always think of new ways to use the biomass. Right on. Yeah, me too. we got that in common. And so I think we're gonna have even more ways. So think about, okay, check this out, man. So we got a couple of new things coming, right? This is to everybody, but also Pyro. Thanks for subbing, by the way, bro. So we're gonna have this new spotter thing. Spotter is a status effect, depending on how you apply it, right? Usually in most cases it comes out, it's as a status effect. So so we can add a biomass to that build now. Spotter everybody, right? Oh yeah. A lot of pain right there real quick though. Yeah, look at that yellow melt. Yes, sir. We don't have any. We have to earn our med kits, so we don't have any med kits. I got hard to earn on. I don't know why I just didn't turn that off. When you're testing builds, you should just keep it simple and no directives. You know, just forgot to turn it off. That's because, like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody plays the directives. I mean, it's just so few and far in between where people play the directives. So, you know, to test your builds with like, look, 10 directives, it's the best build in the game. It's just like, yeah, but nobody plays with 10 directives, you know? It's like nobody wants to play with 10 directives either. So I see you're showing a demonstration of force, but at the same time, it's sort of like, no, people want to see how it performs in the way that they play the game. You know what I mean? So that's why I try not to show off too many directives, because if you guys don't use them, and I get it, sort of. Yeah, this works. So I can feel it on those yellows and purples, especially. Like, and we got damage to health too, right? So let me show you here, stat-wise. So we're at 30% armor damage, 10% health damage. So the assault rifle brings the health damage. We got 98% headshot damage. It's worth getting those headshots. That's huge. 131, 53. So we don't get any armor. I mean, it would be nice, like, if we got a chest piece where we're able to put a yellow cord there, then, you know, it'd be nice to put back on gunner and get that 10% armor on kill, because your skills will proc that. Also, if you were willing to lose a little bit of damage to armor, if you're willing to lose that, I mean, that would change a lot. Like, if you lost Iraldi, if you gave up Iraldi, I mean, you're freeing up a lot of pieces, right? So we're running 3 pieces of Iraldi for 5% damage to armor. If you're willing to lose 5% damage to armor, are we? I mean, our build would just get so much more powerful, right? We'd run the capacitor. I mean, so wouldn't you be happy? Let me ask you guys this question. Like, would you be just as happy with 25% armor damage as you would with 30% armor damage? Because if so, you'd open up 3 slots on your build. You could run the Memento, right? Which would give you armor and another skill tier. You know what I'm saying? You could free up your chest piece. You could free up your... So, we're running 3 pieces of Iraldi only for that 5% damage to armor. Now, we get headshot damage too, so it's not like it's a complete waste, but I'm saying, like if we were to free up these 3 pieces of Iraldi, so if we were willing to give up that 5%, we're doing it for the 5% armor damage. If we're willing to drop down to 25, this build, imagine what you could do with this build, right? You could run Foxes, you could run Fox's Prayers, you could run more health damage, shit. You could put on that 3rd piece of Walker. You could run a Fenris. You could run a, probably more important though, you probably run a Grupo, right? But you could also go other routes. You could go to the skill side. You can go Wyvern. You can go, or you can go 3-piece Empress, right? What do you guys think? %20% or 25%? Reading your comment there, I be smoking. You guys think it's worth losing Iraldi for this test? Let me see if I got the pieces on us right now. We're on floor 10, so actually that's good. Good timing. Ooh, look at that. An Iraldi with spotter. That's perfect. I mean, I wish I had crit damage, but that's perfect for what we're doing. Here's a better Iraldi with vigilance backpack for our original build. All right, we just lucked out. It's actually a good one. I'm gonna gift that in case some of these guys need it. Another Iraldi headshot damage. No, it's not good. Let's try that real quick. Let's that's a nice one right there though. The spotter. Now we can't use it with this shotgun. I mean with this assault rifle, but no. Yes. Yes. Share that. Let me try and make it a couple of quick changes and we'll continue on. Because I don't think we'll miss 5%, but we'll gain so much more, right? So, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a Memento, you know? So we'll lose a little bit of crit slots, but we'll pick up those trophies. And we also grab that armor, which is nice to have. Put that 3% armor regen. And so what chest piece would we run? A Wyvern? We could let's start with the Wyvern. But I think a Grupo Cheska combo could be nice. I just don't know. I might have the Walker Kinetic Momentum combo too. Here's a Walker Red. We might be able to do that. There's a Overlord. Damage targets out of cover. That could be nice. Now that doesn't help your skills. Keep that in mind. But yes, exactly. I be spoken. It's just like it's the efficiency of the build, right? So now we got 7. We got 7 skills. So I can put on a 7 skill tier. So we don't need. Let me see here. We don't need to run this. Let's run. Let's run to see if I got a walker, right? A walker. Let's try walker or a Fenris. I should have those pieces. We can put on damage to health, or we can put on a Fenris with glass cannon would be ideal. Or Cheska. There we go, with crit damage, headshot damage. Yeah, there we go. We go all red Cheska. That brings us back down to 6 skill tiers. So, and then we got pick up some crit chance along the way. You don't have to use glass cannon. I'm just a big fan. So let's 53, 121, 75, 25. But we pick up the big pickup is there. We also got this. What do you guys think? Yay, nay? We go improvise, of course, pick up skill damage. Oh, there's a third piece of walker. Let me see what my other needs are. Give me just a second, guys. I'm almost done. So wyvern all red, skill damage. We can put Emperor's Guard on. It gives us more skill duration on skills. We don't really need that, but we get the 1% armor regen to help us. Fenris, Cheska. Oh, there's a Cheska right there. Let's actually take that one. I'll push our crits up. Or we also have a Grupo. Technically, this would be the best one. Because I'd be able to put a skill tier there. And then max out our crits. I think that'd be the best piece, actually. Because I really don't want that skill damage on any of these pieces, not even this walker. Let me see if I have a walker that I can replace. I know I have that walker holster. That's got a, like, well, that'll let me put a skill tier on there. There it is. See that? Right on. And so there's a group of skill damage. Hey guys, let me roll downstairs real fast. Sorry, it'll just take a quick second. I just need to re-roll these. We're like, come on, Tux. Zero regrets. There's my man. Yeah, good call, Sweet. But I'm gonna lose the damage to targets out of cover, and then go Grupo to push our crits up higher. Just, you know, you could go either way. You go either way. Richard, what up, man? Good to see you. It's been a bit. So I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go the Grupo here. Oh, we might be able to get a better walker. No. We got the walker. We got the Grupo here, and then we're gonna put the other walker so that we can get our crits up. We don't need the skill tier. You know what I mean? There, and then we just need to re-roll those. So holster there, put the skill tier there. This is cool. This is gonna be a cool build, guys, honestly. So if we get our crits up, then that'll make this thing just a monster, you know? And there's still so much room to play with on this build, you know? There's tons of room to play with on this build. But, so the reason why I don't want to use Fox's Prayers is because you lose the slots. The fact that the damage to targets out of cover is inside the secondary attribute slots takes up a space that's lowering my crit chance, which then in turn lowers my crit damage. And then we got of course the waste from the rifle damage. So it could, and then it's also situational, you know, where crits work from targets that are in and out of cover. So, you know, it's sort of a preference thing. Like, I would like to get rid of that skill damage down there as well. But anyways, here we are. 60% crit chance, which allows me to push this up to crit damage. So we're just gonna get a big boost in damage here. 58, good. So 58, 160, 75, 25, 10. All right, 10% health damage. So 25% armor damage. That's badass. And we picked up an armor core, and we're at 6 skill tiers, 2 red cores. Right on. That's where we needed to be. So let me just offload a couple of things, and then away we go. Let's get rid of these badgers. Bellstone can go away. All right, let's rock. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the patience. Let's go kick some butt. Change settings. Set directives. Let's get rid of that. Every time we come down here, we lose our med kits, right? Yeah, so that's the build. This should be fun. Should be fun. All these pieces are pretty easy to get, too. You'd be surprised. I mean, this one's actually pretty easy to get, but you're just looking for one with, actually, probably one with crit damage on there, and then just roll off the skill tier, right? I just don't have that. I have the armor regen one there. But, yeah, so we got the memento, the contractor's gloves, Grupo knees. Hey, yeah, Richard, I put out that video yesterday. Let me grab the link for you guys. I put out a reaction vid to the PTS. I don't play on PC, so I have to rely on others to help me kind of get that feeling, you know? So I'm getting help from the community. So you can only use the PTS if you're on a computer. So, and I play on Xbox. But my initial feelings are that I think it's too easy. I think they need to change that. You know, 15. You know, to be able to clear it in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes is just like, you know, that's not that replayable. You know, I mean, I think the summit is almost more replayable, right? Because at least you can spend hours in here, even whether you like it or not, you know. Let's go get some trophies, huh? You know, so I think so every time you pick up a trophy, remember, you get that 30% skill efficiency. It's a lot easier build, obviously, than the shotgun. The shotguns are harder, right? Because you got to play inside. Plus, you know, we're getting a nice little bonus armor. And get out of cover more. You don't have to play in scope. I mean, you didn't have to run the shotgun the way I was running it, right? You can take off the scope, take off focus. So I was just liking that. Yeah, anyways, so the game mode, it's just a little too easy. I hope that they change the tasks too. They're kind of boring. I mean, they're the same ones that we have here in the summit, and I'm just not a big fan of them in the first place, you know? I like having that. I mean, there's two tasks. There's the mission objectives, which are like destroy this tank or destroy this hack, you know, whatever those things were. But then there's the mini tasks, which are like protect this SHD crate, protect the VIP, you know, that type of stuff. Those are kind of boring. But a new map alone brings a lot of possibilities, so that's a big deal. You know. And they said, you know, and one of the things that like Yannick said was like, you know, don't focus on so much on the size of this PTS. Just focus on the fact that it's like the first step of many. You know what I mean? So I'm not like disappointed and be like, fuck this game, blah blah blah. It's first steps of many. They're basically saying,
The wise men at their end,
we need better cover.
because their words.
Basically saying lots more updates. We're back in business. That's what they're saying. We're back in business. You know what I mean?
Good night. Rage.
That's the big deal.
Of the light.
But yeah, my first impressions are be like, it's too easy. I mean, where are these technologically advanced enemies? Did you guys see any technologically advanced enemies? I didn't. They're just regular enemies. Nobody's hard to kill, I'll tell you that much. Now it feels like we're in easy mode. Look at all those trophies too, right? So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm more excited about the gear though. I'm excited about the gear. I think the environment's cool looking. You know, that new game mode. I do like the targeted loot. So there is a new targeted loot system, just like this, where you can customize your targeted loot. That's huge. That's huge. But the part that doesn't feel replayable to me is just how fast you can complete it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, oh, let's go kick its butt for like real. If it's too easy, it's not replayable. It becomes boring. You know what I mean? If it's too easy, it's boring. It's just like 9 Monday. I want to be challenged. I want it to occupy my mind, right? And so, I mean, they're breezing through it. They're saying this is like discovery mode. Nothing looks hard about it. The fact that I'm seeing people dying is like upsetting me. You know what I mean? It's just like, and the reason they're dying is because everybody's just kind of running around in circles out of cover. Nobody's playing in cover at all. You know what I mean? So that's why people are really dying. But like, it's just like, it's really easy mode. You know? They're saying that the enemies feel like you're playing on discovery mode on a raid, which is probably like playing on hard difficulty in the open world, realistically. So that's the number one thing that they need to change. The number one thing is they need to make it harder. If it's a challenge, if it's hard, more enemies maybe. I mean, add more enemies. I'm not sure how the scaling works yet. I don't know if you guys caught on to the scaling, but yeah, free content. Yeah. No, I'm not complaining either, but it should be more like, you know, they need the feedback, because for them, the way, and they know this too, is it's like, hey, this is just the test, right? This isn't locked down. It needs to be more difficult. Let's make it more difficult. You know, we need more enemies. You need more gear. We need to tell them that, right? Because that's the feedback that they need.
Terminal and hostile control. System disrupted.
Oh, okay, if you use the other things. Oh, that's what I said.
Destroyed.
Oh, look, a key. But yeah, I'm psyched, man. But I think the biggest part I'm excited about is that they're back. You know what I mean? They literally said that. Even Yannick was saying that the other day. He was just like, you know, he's like, I'm really excited about the energy in the community, and just like that it's just like everybody woke up from a big hibernation, right? He said on Twitter, all the conversations on Twitter just really blew up, and you know. So that's the part that excites me. It's just like they're back. This is a live service game that is now going to be serviced. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's a big deal. That's the deal. So that, remember, we used to get updates every Tuesday. Remember, every Tuesday the servers would go down for 3 hours and there'd be some sort of update, some bug fix or whatever, you know. But it was constantly, the game was constantly being updated, and that's where we need to be again.
Hostage situation nearby.
So that's the exciting part, right? And with that comes a world of possibilities, you know, an infinite world of possibilities, right? We're gonna get more gear. We're gonna get new season 9, season 10, season 20. You know what I mean? That means the Division 3 becomes more of a reality, right? If this is successful, and it's not just up to the devs, it's up to us, right? If this is successful, then hello, Division 3. Free is always good. Yeah, no, Yannick has basically played with all the YouTubers that have PC accounts. Fortunately, I don't have a PC account, so bummer. No biggie. PTS comes and goes. So the but yeah, so he was answering a lot of questions, and you know, hopefully he got to experience it himself so he can give himself some feedback. You know what I mean? Like, this is too easy. You know, but they have obviously a lot of politics that they have to work with. You know what I mean? You can hear it in all the responses, like, oh, we can't talk about that, and there's, you know, the whole time they were just sitting on their mouths, right, wanting to say more, but they couldn't because corporate hasn't given them permission to do so. Look at that, guys. You see that? This thing cut. If they have armor, they are just cut down. If they don't have armor, they're dying anyways. So. But you can feel the difference between damage to armor and damage to health. Like, the guys with the armor, they're deleted really fast. And red guys take a little bit longer. You see that? You see that? No, here's this red guy. I mean, he's tanky, but it just takes a little bit longer. We're talking fractions of a second, but you can feel it, right? Cool build. Thank you for helping me build it, boys and gals. You are my inspiration, Banditos. You are my inspiration. Yeah, so you can do a lot with these damage armor builds. I mean, the pestilence side of things is another one that we need to explore. You know what I mean? The fact that the pestilence has damage to armor on it. So look at the pesty, right? Damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover. Now it's not as much as the as this one, you know, but it's something. It gives you something to work with. And pestilence is pretty fun, you know. Yeah, we'll take that one. That's a good one. So when we're in the testing range, it would be worth checking, you know. I mean, my guess is that on a hybrid build, you are better off with the memento alone is going to change it. But if we have the right gear, like with combined arms, you know, the 3-piece Araldi might challenge this build, right? We might want to put on 3-piece Araldi. It depends on how testing would go. I don't know for sure, you know, so we just need to get the pieces. So farm. The rise of the Bandidos. Right on, Zero.
Rogue agent detected.
All right, here's a good test against the rogues because they're a pain in the ass. Our skills would definitely help. Let's let them get. Yeah, so we got a lot to explore here, guys. So I think this will probably be done in a couple of phases. I think the next phase will be putting together a really nice hybrid with all three. Then we need to test this against a 3-piece Araldi yellow build. And then after that, we need to test a pestilence. I think we need to do a pestilence version. What do you guys say? You know what I mean? Do we need a pesty build for this? Yeah, look at his armor dropping. You see that? Look at his armor go. Yeah, don't let him heal. Don't let him heal. Come on. Oh, he fucking healed. Such an asshole. I hate their healing, man. Their heal's so strong. I mean, he just stood there. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit they need to fix. He was standing there taking all that pain to his face from all of us, including my skills. You know what I mean? And healed through it while standing there. Like, he was applying the medkit just standing there. taking the full brute force of everything we had, you know? Shit. Oh, they're coming after me. I can feel it. Got it. Still up. This is my turret shooting at. Not the right guy. Oh shit. Another grenade. Did she say John Stamos? I think she said John Stamos. Where? Or maybe she thinks I look like John Stamos. God damn. Their fucking grenades are retarded. You know what I mean? Like, my gun is really powerful, but when they throw a grenade on me, I can't use my gun. You know what I mean? Because I'm busy, like... You see us take out that guy, though? From distance? The grenades are, like, too strong. So we need to be able to use our gun. That is our main, like, wow. It's our wow factor. You know what I mean? And when you're on fire... Nice. We're cleaning the house. So I think this is a good demonstration of build right here. Because these guys are so tanky and they're made out of armor, right? Now we got a little bit of a damage drop off, but I'm seeing crit numbers of close to 700. There it is. Woo! Great build. Totally recommended. Let me look at this gear and then I will show you the build stats. I think we got the right equation. I mean, could you run damage to targets out of cover? Could you run the knee pads and make a better build? It's possible. We're just not going to know until we do testing in the range, but you can go either way, you know. Ooh, look at that one. Not going to take it though. Don't need the status effects. I better grab it just in case. Delete it out of space. Ooh, rate of fire to AC. Yeah, I'll take that one. Yeah. Let me delete something. Yes. No. So it's an already, I think that's the fastest shotgun in the game, and it's got rate of fire on it, which so we can make it even faster. Put it with the striker. I'm gonna make that one. You guys are gonna fall in love with that one. I promise you. We might want. Nah, I don't think we need the headshot damage on it. We want it with crits. Grudge. Nope. Raleigh knee pads. I think we got better than that. Cool. Let me show you guys the build.
Rogue striker drone detected.
Go ahead and go forward, guys, if you want to. I gotta show off the build here. So this is a 25% armor damage build. So you can get up to 30% with the 3 pieces of, what did we say? Araldi. But we decided that it was the build would be more efficient by taking off the 3 pieces, and that gives us a lot more flexibility to spec in other things. So 10% health damage, 25% armor damage. That's really high. Max is 30% in the game. You can get max again, but we change things. So we're running the capacitor so that we can go hybrid. This is giving us 60% skill damage plus 7.5% weapon damage for every skill tier we run. And it's giving us 12% damage to armor. That's the highest damage to armor attribute outside of a shotgun. So that's why we're rolling it. It's also giving us 9.5% health damage, which is a really nice compliment for this build. All right, and then it's giving us crit chance and crit damage on the mods. So totally cool. And then we're running 2 pieces of Walker and Harris for that additional 5% damage to armor and weapon damage. And we've got skill tiers there. And then we got skill tiers on our second piece, as well as the crits. So of course, so we can make this even stronger if I had god rolls. Now for the knee pads, we went Grupo, but you could also go Foxes if you want to put that damage to targets out of cover. but I wanted the extra slot for crit chance there. And then we got the double crit damage out of it. Now we got the Contractor's Gloves for damage to armor. Now I wish this had a crit chance or crit damage instead of skill damage. I don't think we need the extra skill damage roll there, but it is the piece that I have. And then the chest piece, I went all red Cheska. Of course, this could be your Grupo piece or a Walker piece as well. And then we got Glass Cannon, which I like. You could also go with Kinetic Momentum, but Glass Cannon covers your skills and your gun. That's why I like it. And then the Memento, of course, for all of those skill tiers. Oh, we're getting our ass kicked back here. What's going on? Oh.
Agent out of action.
So anyways, let me go back to this build here. So yeah, the Memento. So, and it's all about the trophies. So picking up those buffs. So we got, look at this, the tiers on the left hand side. So we got 2 reds, 1 blue, and technically 6 skill tiers. We got 6 skill tiers because of Technician. So you got to run Technician for that extra one. So when we pick up a trophy, we're gonna get 30% skill efficiency. Also the 10% bonus armor. And then we're gonna get the 10% weapon damage every time we pick up a trophy, so that's all gonna help. And then when we're at 30 stacks, we get 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. So this build is a ton of fun. Now, we don't have our max crit numbers. We're gonna have to go to the testing range to do that, but I am out of time today, and I will be streaming later on this evening. So hopefully we can either pick up on this one or work on something different. I haven't decided yet, so I'll let you guys know. But please hit the like if you can right now. Otherwise, I will catch you guys on the other side. Thanks for hanging with me this morning.
Tuxedo out.